All right, number 16. In 2015, the populations of city X and city Y were equal. From 2010 to 2015, the population of city X increased by 20% and the population of city Y decreased by 10%. If the population of city X was 120,000 in 2010, what was the population of city Y in 2010? Okay, so let's make a little chart here to organize this data a little bit. Okay, so we have city X. We also have city Y. Okay, and we have the year 2010 and also the year 2015. Okay, so what we have here is we know that for city X, the population is 120,000 in 2010, that's given. And then we also know that for city X, the population increased by 20% from 2010 to 2015. So we can say that's an increase of 20% here, right? That will give us the 2015 number, which also, we know the 2015 number, whatever this is, should be the same for both cities. Okay, that's also given. Okay. So what we can do, right, is this. We can actually solve for this number over here first. Okay, solve for 2015's number for city X. Okay, and then we'll go from there. So if we have a 20% increase at 120,000, so if we have a percent increase, we'll take the original number is 120,000 and have to multiply by 1 plus 20%. Okay, so as a percent increase, we always add it to 1. As a percent decrease, we subtract from 1. So the 1 represents 100%. That's the total for the original number. And it's a 20% increase, so we do plus 20% from there. Okay, and so this will give us 120,000 times 1 plus 20% is going to be 1.2 pretty much. Okay, that times 1.2, and then that should equal to 120,000 times 1.2, which is 144,000. Okay, it'll be 144,000. So that would be this number right here, 144,000. So that's the number population for 2015, which happened to be the same for city X, which is also 144,000. Okay. And then what we have to do is we have to solve for the population for city Y. Now for city Y in 2010, so let's just call it P. Okay, we want to figure out what P is. We know in 2015, the population for city Y is 144,000. Okay, and from 2010 to 2015, the population decreased by 10%. Okay, for city Y. So we have to be careful here. We cannot just find 10% on 144,000 and subtract from that. It doesn't work. Okay, so we can't just go backwards with using the 144,000 number, because the 10% decrease is 10% of the original number, which is the P value. Okay, it's not 10% of 144,000. Right, so the better way to do this is we can actually set up an equation here. Okay, we can say is P, and it's a percent decrease, so we'll do 1 minus 10%, right? So the original amount is P, so the 10% decrease, so times 1 minus 10%. I'll say this should equal to 144,000. Okay, so after 10% decrease, it's now equal to 144,000. So this will be the equation that we can use. Okay, and to solve for P, we can solve from here. So 1 minus 10% is 1 minus 0.1, which is 0.9. So get P times 0.9 equal to 144,000. And to solve for P, we can just divide by 0.9 on both sides. Okay, so this should be, so 49 cancels, so we get P equal to 144,000 divided by 0.9. That will give us our final answer, which is 160,000. Okay, we get population is 160,000. That should be our final answer, which is letter C for question 16.